Don't forget to check out my Patreon where we have exclusive content such as Camp Zero Base 1, 17's Nana Tour, 17 in the Soup, Finding Stray Kids, Blackpink House, EXO's Ladder, EXO Showtime, A-Pink Showtime, and tons of other content including extra variety shows, K-dramas, animes, and movies.
Hey guys, Angie here. Today we're doing our Avatar The Last Airbender character tier ranking. I am only doing Avatar The Last Airbender because I will say this sincerely that I don't care about Legend of Korra. I did watch season one a while ago, like probably like 2017, but I didn't care much for it. I didn't really like the characters, and the reason I love Avatar so much is I love every character. Like, to some degree. Like, even smaller characters. Like, every character I love. Like, you know, the villains, it's like a love in a hateful way. Like how people love the Joker and stuff. Like, you love the character, not the person. But, yeah, I didn't really like any of the characters in Legend of Korra. And I went through the whole season 1. And I don't even like Korra that much. I felt like she's very much a can do no wrong main character, but also somewhat annoying. But it's been a while, so who knows, maybe one day I'll like it. Maybe I should react to Legend of Korra. Honestly, I was joking just then, but now I just realized maybe I should. Because we're doing the live action on Patreon. We're on episode 3. It's better. But yeah, like episode 3 is better, but like, I don't know, I'm still on the fence about the show, but we're watching it. Maybe I should do Legend of Korra. Maybe I should do that. After all these years, finally watching that, maybe. I only care for it because lesbians. But I know the lesbianism is, I'm saying lesbian, but I think they're both bisexual. I'm just saying like lesbian as in girl with girl, but whatever. Gay couple. I like that, but like, I don't think there's much of a love story there, because I think a while ago I was watching, like, when I was watching season 1, I was like looking at like clips of them, and it seemed out of left field almost from what I saw, but I don't know, I haven't watched the whole show. Also, I'm pretty sure like everyone dates everyone in that show, and I don't like that. I hate that so much. I think the only redeeming aspect that I'm intrigued by with the show is the subset of the bending, like the subsets, like, you know, metal bending, stuff like that. That's kind of the main thing I'm intrigued by. But yeah, I don't like any of the characters. That's so annoying, because I want to, like, I would love to love the show. But hey, maybe after live action I can do a poll and see if people would want me to do Legend of Korra. But for now, we're only doing these characters. I actually have these cards that have the Legend of Korra as well. I got this in like 2017 as well. They were like from Etsy, I think. See? Look how cool these are. These are like my holy grail, my favorite things I own in life. And there's a lot of characters from Legend of Korra on there as well. I forgot the character's names. Is his name Bomi? Asaki Bomi, and then the guy that everyone loves, apparently, like both girls love him. What's the Legend of Korra characters? Bolin, Mako, Asami. I was so off. Anyways, let's rank these characters. Was this the tier list I found? And I hope it's okay. So I want to briefly say the 4 elements. I think how I would rank them, because I don't want to do a whole video just ranking the 4. So I just thought I'd briefly mention my favorite bending is clearly earth bending. I think it's because just the concept of earth bending seems the most practical and almost like moldable. Like, you can do a lot with earth bending. And I feel like the visual of earth bending and the stance feels the most different from the other 4. Like, water and air have a similar flow with their, what would you say, like with their movements. But fire and earth don't look similar at all to me. I think the only time it's ever looked similar was with Zhong, because I think Zhong learned from the Airbender, so it makes sense. Like he used their techniques for firebending. But if I remember correctly, similar to how Iroh learned from the waterbenders to do the lightning, uh, but Earth is the most different, and to me personally, and the most unique. I think it's also the most limited, which also is fascinating to me. Cause, but now it's not actually because now you can metal bend. So actually, I mean, but yeah, I think it's the most restricted, while else, which makes it very interesting and very. Wow, that sounds like worse. I think somehow that makes it more interesting to me. Also, a lot of my favorite characters, the Earthbenders. There's a little teasing there, but I think it's Earth. I just think the formation of it. I love the color green. Green is my favorite color, so that's a big part of it. As a child, of course, my mind goes green, favorite color, love Earth. I also just like the symbol of Earth. I think it's really cool. I might get it tattooed. I've been wanting to get it tattooed for a while. I just don't know where I would put it. I think I would put it on my arm somewhere. Um, just because I do want a sleeve one day, which will never happen because I don't have money for that. But anyways, that doesn't matter. I think my second would. Oh, this is where the other three just kind of are on the same level to me, where it just depends. I do really like fire, but I feel like there's no use for fire except to be warm. Like, I think there's no use for it. Like water, maybe water's my second favorite because water you can freeze. I also Avatar is my favorite show, but like my second or third favorite show, which is kind of whatever. I mean, this is a kid show too, so I think you guys won't judge me as much. H2O just add water because I always loved all their Cleo, Ricky, and Emma, and even Bella's powers. Uh, you can do all of those. Like as a kid, I'm like, oh, I want to be Ricky. You could like steam the water, but now it's like you can be Cleo and move the water. You can be Emma and freeze the water. The only thing they didn't do, which on H2O just add water they do, is make this like weird jelly. Uh, this weird jelly thing. Change water into gelatin and a crystalline substance. Like she makes it like gooey. Such an odd thing, but they didn't do that in uh here, so I don't know if you could, but I feel like you probably could. I do think the blood bending is very interesting. So maybe water, then fire, then air. But yeah, I feel like besides Earth, I'm not very concrete on like a second favorite. But let's just hop into this. So we have Aang. Now, this is probably gonna be a long video because I have so much to talk about, so many opinions, so many thoughts, so many developments from being 9 to 25 in those years. My opinions on characters have like done this. Each time I rewatch it and each time I watch a reactor react to it, my thoughts on characters expand and change, and I think that's really fun. So Aang, when I was a kid, I was very indifferent with him. Like, if I was ever talking about the show, I never really talked about him. So I watched the show from the library era, live from then. Like, before that, it was more reruns, and then I think I started watching it live around library-esque era, so season 2 in the middle. Um, so at that time, I was 9. No, I was probably 8 turning 9 because the show ended in 2007, so I was 8. So I was kind of just indifferent with Aang. And then when he had the hair, I kind of had like I guess maybe a little crush on him briefly, because I thought he was cute with the hair. But it was just kind of like, oh, he's cute now. He's a little bald boy. He's cute now. Like that's what my 8-year-old mind was thinking. I am team hair Aang, but of course his like way of life is to be bald, so it makes sense. I'm not saying he should have hair. I'm saying I just, as a kid, thought he was cute with the hair. Um, then when I was watching the show as I was older, so like maybe when I was a teenager, I found him very annoying, and I did not like him. Like I liked him enough as a character. Like I didn't want him not in the show, obviously. It was more just like he was just annoying to me. Now as an adult, I still find him a little annoying, but almost in an endearing way. Because he's a kid. He's 12. That's like peak annoying age. Like it makes sense. I think season two, he was the most annoying, but also the most like, oh, I feel bad for him because of the whole Appa thing. And I very much relate to that. Appa's my baby. Um, so it's kind of like that weirdness of I love this kid, but I also, and then in season three, he just kind of doesn't exist much. If you really think about it, watching season three, when I was watching people react to it, I noticed them saying, Aang didn't talk much this episode, or like Aang's kind of not in this episode a lot. So it's kind of hard to judge him on current Aang at that time, like current Aang. Season three Aang would be like the most current besides Korra, because it doesn't do a lot. So it's almost like he was done developing and they were like, yeah, now we're just waiting. So I'd say he's fantastic. You're fantastic. Actually, I want to get rid of a tear. I don't want this tear. No, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. I want to. Oh, dang it. Oh. So he's probably in the fantastic tier. Uh, the only time he's ever really bothered me, like where I was very mad at him, was when he never apologized to Toph after literally accusing her of not caring about Appa. I do hold a grudge about that because it's very out of character for him as well. So I don't know why the writers didn't just like add a proper apology scene. Also, once again with the writers, actually there were students. He didn't properly apologize to Katara when he burned her. And I know it's nothing, it wasn't on purpose. Like I mean it's not really him, it's the writing there. He's like, I'm never gonna fire it again. He's like, it's okay, I'm healed. And he's like, what? How? Like, that doesn't change that you burned her. So it's like weird writing there where he doesn't like I feel like Aang wouldn't just be like, oh, you're fine now. But like you still hurt her, you know what I mean? It wasn't even like 20 minutes ago. You know what I mean? Like like she ran away, healed. Chong tells her to get out of there. She runs into Sokka. And then dang, that's like 5 minutes. You're telling me he's like, oh, I just burned the love of my life. Am I fine? Oh, no, now she's healed, so it's okay. Like it's weird. It's almost, I don't know. It's just weird writing. Um, I do also wish we had more earthbending training with him, but whatever. And more fire training with him. We don't really see Aang firebend like much at all on the show. So that kind of makes his character learning things kind of eh. But once again, the rushed writing towards the end of season three, book three, which I feel like is controversial to say, but I feel like it was a weird, strangely rushed and relaxed season. Appa's god tier because Appa's king. That's our boy we love. I feel like he's the sidekick character in all of television that I just adore so much and love him deeply. I just bought a pillow pet of him. Finally, it was in stock. So, now Kyoshi, I've read the first book. I'm planning to read the second book of Kyoshi, Queen. I'd even put her above Aang because the fans and everything too, like the look, her whole aesthetic is so beautiful and interesting. Her voice actress is amazing. She's fine in the live action. I don't know. I just love her mindset, her backstory. her way of thinking is probably more in line with my way of thinking. So I can just relate to her more as well. I feel like she's a badass, but she has a love and compassion. Very amazing. Azula. So Azula, I think, is one of the most interesting characters, and I'm still confused on how the writers want us to perceive her. She has some of the best lines and line deliveries on the show. Like, she almost has like a little bit of an accent. I need someone agile, nimble. I need an elite team. Like, the way she speaks is very precise, very articulate, and I love that. And the animation of her breaking down, like her expression and everything is crazy. When she's like chained up and everything and screaming. Her slow descent into madness and then like a quick snap at the finale, like, is crazy. I love she was evil as a child too. It could still be seen as nurture because she's learning from her dad, but I would think a balance of her mom being so loving and her mom being confused when she's like, what is wrong with that child? Just shows to me maybe it was more nature. Because, which is, I believe, in real life, I believe in the nurture more than the nature. Like, I believe people become evil. But for television and stuff, I'm like, I kind of like the idea of her always, like, being born kind of mad. You know what I mean? Because Zuko, now people are gonna be like, well, mom raised son, dad raised daughter. That's not really how the world works, though. Like, yes, you can lean towards one parent, but to that extent, while living in a home with both parents, I feel like there'd be some humanity to you still, but who knows, honestly, it could be true in real life. Regardless, I think she is one of the best characters. And what makes season two arguably the best season is, yes, Toph being introduced, but Azula being introduced. That's just like a double amount of amazingness. And I think that's why I love season two so much, is because you get so much with Azula, and she's the main villain. Whereas in season three, it's Ozai. So, um, now we have, fuck, not Ozai, Zulon. Is this Zulon, the grandpa? I mean, he's fine. He's all right. I don't really know what to say about him. This is Bato. Bato's great. I think he's very sweet. He's cool. Um, the warden. This is May's uncle, right? Why is he here? Honestly, though, the warden's that is crazy. Like, honestly, yeah, I think he's great. He's such a good villain for the Boiling Rock episode. This is him, right? What? Who's this guy? Wait, I'm trying to see. That's the warden, right? I believe so. There's so many random characters that they just kind of like apparently threw in here. Yeah. I was thinking if he was the guy from the imprisoned episode with Haru, who's also great. Wait, actually, who is it him? Is he on both episodes? I just connect that. Uh Prison. No, okay, yeah. It's a different guy. Okay. So yeah, this is the warden. This is May's uncle. His voice actor is crazy, and I love his sass. I love. He's a good villain. He's a good two-parter villain too, because he's like, I would rather die than let my record fail, and I respect that, to be honest. Now we have what's his bear's name? Bob? Bobby? Oh my god, King. Bosco. Bosco's great. You know, we love him. Very cute. I love when Tylee's trying to teach him like circus tricks. Cabbage Guy. Does Cabbage Guy have a name? No, he's just called the Cabbage Merchant. Kai. Oh wait, he does have a name. How did we find his name? Hmm. Okay, well, cool. He's fantastic. We love him. Um, this is our man from prison. No, from the Wailing Rock, who got us arrested. Or no, got us. Well, we didn't get caught, but he got himself caught, and it kind of ruined everything. So, but you know what? He came through at the end. He joined us for one episode, and we like him. I like he's so chill and vibey. So you know, I like him. Combustion Man, whatever. I don't really care much for Combustion Man. Uh, he's fine. He doesn't speak, interestingly enough. Uh, General Zhao, Commander Zhao, Zhao. He is honestly a bad villain. I'm sorry, I care nothing. Like, I literally don't care about his character. He's always, even as a kid, I would like skip parts with him. I just find him boring. Honestly, he's a pretty weak villain. I think the only good thing was him trying to take the moon. Like, he took the moon away. That's the only threatening thing he's done. But yeah, he's fine, whatever. Our swamp guys, Yin? What's his name? I don't remember. I don't care about the swamp guys. Foaming mouth guy, great. He's alright, I guess. You know, he's funny. I like when the second time they came around. That's the only good thing about Avatar Day episode. He's like, oh, he like does that. He hides. He's not in the live action, which is the biggest disappointment to me. I forgot their names, but from the Great Divide, the neat guys, whatever. Who cares about them? Our dad, Father Hakoda. We stand Father Hakoda. Um, Great dad. Love him. He's very sweet. I love a good father role. Like, I love he's not a hard ass. Like, usually the soldier dads are like hard asses in the show, but you can tell he's like such a sweet dad. And in the flashbacks with Katara, when she's going to see uh the Southern Raiders, uh Kaya, the mom, like I love Hakoda, like his love for her, you can tell even in that like tiny scene. I'm definitely looking too deep into it, but you know. Haru, not a fan of the mustache. Can't, I don't like it. He got ugly. He got ugly. I actually really like him, and if Toph wasn't uh the earthbending teacher, I feel like Haru would. And I'm mad they never bother naming Haru as an option. Like, how would he not be an option? Like, that's the only other earthbender who you would think to name, and they never even name him. Like, they're just like, don't know him. uh, I forgot this guy's name too, but whatever. I mean, I guess he's alright. Momo, we love Momo. I love Momo's little sounds he makes. I like that little like sound he does. I don't know, like little chittery chattery sounds. I love it. He's super cute, super fun. I love his design. Or I was gonna ask a dumb question, but okay, yeah. So on the show, they all the animals are mixed, but they only call him a lemur. But he's clearly mixed with something else, which confuses me because they make a big deal over Bosco only being a bear, but they only call Momo a lemur. What animal is Momo from Avatar? Like, you would think they would name a winged lemur. Because, I don't know. Are there flying lemurs? Flying lemur. Ooh, sorry, I looked it up. It's kind of ugly. Okay, well, yeah, I always got confused. I always thought he was like a bunny mixed with a lemur because of his ears, but I don't think he is. So unpopular opinion. I love Iroh, but he's not like. So like my favorite season is season 2, but the episodes I probably rewatch most like on my own are from season 3. And Iroh's like barely in season 3, and I find I prefer Zuko when he's not with Iroh. Like watching Zuko when he's like when I'm watching scenes. I rarely fast forward in Avatar, but like I do tend to fast forward through Zuko's scenes in season 1 and some of season 2 because I just always found them a little boring. I think because also I already know the show, so I don't need to like get the backstories on lots of things, and they're not as entertaining for me when I'm not like when I already know what's gonna happen. So like I don't know, I just prefer Zuko kind of learning on his own and being on his own. And I find Iroh is, of course, a great character, beautiful written character as well. I do kind of wish the show acknowledged, well, the show does. I think maybe the fandom acknowledges Iroh's bad deeds as much as Zuko's, I guess, because Iroh's were all off screen. But like, he literally tried to like take over and annihilate like a whole city. And I don't know. And the only reason he didn't is because of his son. Not really. Like, I don't like it's because his son died, so he returned. Um, I do appreciate the show subtly having his evilness still be there in season 1 because he's not even like I don't know, I feel like in season 1 he is still okay with evil deeds in some ways. Maybe this is Zuko though. But yeah, I didn't miss him in season 3. Like I felt like the show was fine without him. I just, but I still like him. I feel like I like him maybe less than most people do. Jet, I actually really do like. I find Jet to be fascinating because unpopular opinion here, felt so bad for him during the episode before the telepathy say. The episode where he exposes Zuko and Iroh for being Fire Nation. Because he's right. They are Fire Nation. And am I crazy? Like, am I the only one who just felt so bad for him in that scene? Because he was right. He wasn't even wrong. And it felt like the show wanted you to sympathize more with Zuko there. Now, of course, it's wrong what he did, but like, because they had characters being like, they work at a tea shop. Of course, he's firing the tea. Like, and like calling him crazy, and then Iroh being like, I'm sorry you're confused. I felt so bad for him there. Like, because he was right. But like, this show doesn't care that he's right. I wish maybe they wrote that a bit differently. Or maybe I felt like I really wanted 1 or 2 more episodes of him being friends with Zuko, and then that whole scene could have been more emotional. I low key did ship Zuko and Jet though, so maybe that's why. And I felt like when I was younger, I thought there were more episodes with him because I remember like when I got the DVDs and stuff, I thought Jet and Zuko were friends longer. Like I thought the boat to Bossing Say lasted more. Like I just remembered when I was younger seeing them together more, and I think that's before I knew what shipping was. And I feel like as a kid, I imagined more scenes with them together. But yeah, I'm gonna go look for some Zuko and Jet fanfics after this. Because I felt like if there was a season 4, I feel like season 3 would be longer, and then the solar eclipse would have been the finale, and then season 4, I would write. Oh, I have so many ideas for the show that I really wish. The only thing I don't love about Avatar is season 3 being so rushed and not getting a lot of like Zuko with the gang and like proper development for like Toph and stuff. And then maybe, so like how I would have done it. Oh, that would have been season 2 though. Fuck, that would have been season 2. Maybe have Jet die in season 3. I don't know. Because Zuko. No, my head hurts. Yeah, Zuko joined Azula at the end of season 2. Interesting. Have Jet die at the end of season 2, and then his friendship and death, like the friendship of Zuko and Jet, and having them fight, and then Jet dying could add more to why Zuko joins Azula, if that makes sense. Like I always felt like Zuko needed a little more reason to join Azula, but I'm not mad that he does, because it does make sense. I just felt like maybe, anyways, I wish Jet was around longer, because I find him very fascinating, as he is clearly a bad guy, but he also clearly was trying to get better. And I think that's what makes me more upset about how they handled him exposing Zuko and Iroh. Because one, I feel like him being so angry would have felt more justified and had us feel more justified liking him. If, not that we need to, but like, a lot of the fandom do mourn his death, but a lot of the fandom also still think he's a horrible guy, so I always find that interesting. And I feel like if he was friends with Zuko longer, that would have been a bigger betrayal, which would lead to his outburst being so much more emotionally driven and betrayed, and that would add on to his hatred for the Fire Nation, because someone he liked from the Fire Nation lied to him, and then would make him see them even more as bad people, which would then lead to that fight just having bigger impact. And then maybe Zuko, me writing a whole fanfic here, like I'm writing a whole story, like give me the fanfic. And then it would add to Zuko feeling also betrayed because someone hates him for who he is, which would then make him angrier. And then I think go to Azula. I don't know. Anyways, Jet's a fascinating character. I do hate his flashbacks do include Katara, because I felt like they only knew each other for like 2 days, but this is Avatar and that's how it works. Now we have Jin. I know we only had her for 3 minutes, but Jin was such a darling. Like, I love Jin. She was so cute. Kind of wish. Okay, also, if Zuko and Jet were friends, I feel like we could have him date Jin for like an episode or 2. And then she might wait a little longer. Yeah, that even adds more. I just liked her character because she was so chilled. She was like confident but still quaint. She was forward but still like soft spoken. I don't know. I love that. That's one of my favorite Tales of Ba Sing Se episode, because I also like Zuko is different with each of his love interests. Like with Katara, yes, that she is a love interest. Fight me. He's more like, what can I do to make you, like, to make this better? What can I do to help you? Almost not submissive, that's a weird word to use, but like, his love language for her is like quality time. Like he want acts of service. Is that what it's called? Acts of service. Like he wants to do something to make her happy. And then with Jin, I feel like that's his love language with all of them, actually. That's Zuko's love language. He wants to physically, even with Sokka. Yeah. Field trips with Zuko is acts of service, his love language. But he just acts different. Like with Katara, he's very comfortable very just like letting her take the lead. With Jin, he's super like shy and cute. With Mei, he's a little more, I feel like almost like a little more. No, honestly, Zuko is a submissive boy. We stand him. He's very much just, he likes a woman who takes charge, I've noticed. Because even with Mei, it's like, what does Mei want to do? We love that for Zuko. Anyways, oh, what's her name? Judy. Judy's scary, but I don't care much for her. You know what? Honestly, I feel bad for her. When she was crying and like, I don't know what to do. I can't do this anymore. Like, dang. Save Judy. Save Judy. Mm, what's her name again? Oh my god. April? Not April. What's her name? Oh no. Amber? Is that even an A? Is it April? Jade? What's her name? Oh no. No, I forgot her name. June? June. June. It's June. It's June, right? I think I'm right. I think I had to go through the June? June. I called her April. Oh, June. Yeah, it's clearly June. Is there a cosplay of June? Yeah, y'all crazy. June's in 2 episodes. Y'all simp for her. June's crazy. Great though. We do love her. She's really cool, badass. Wish she was around longer. She's clearly a Zutara shipper. We love that. Gran Gran's fine. I don't. Who cares about Gran Gran? Katara. Okay. Let Give me a minute. I, as a child, didn't like her. I never liked the mother characters, like the friends on TV, the friend group mother like characters. Um, Probably because I was always in a friend group, not, and then the mother like characters, in real life, like the friends who were like moms, bothered me a lot because I was always very shy and stuff. So it was kind of like I was almost like the daughter, which is always funny because I was always like the oldest because my birthday um made it so I couldn't join kindergarten when I was 5 because I I don't know how to describe it, but like I couldn't I was 4 turning 5 when school started and you had to be 5 already before it started because my birthday is in October and school starts in September. So anyways, I was always the oldest. And yeah, like I think I just connected Katara to people who I always felt inadequate to because they always felt very bossy and tried to boss me around a lot because I was very shy and everything. But I also just felt like Katara in season one, I loved Katara. I felt like they shifted her character a bit because I never saw Katara as a mom in season one. I feel like after they developed her, they didn't know what to do with her, so they put that role on her. Because in season one, she's an inadequate waterbender who's also trying to learn. But because they made her a master at the end of season one, which I really think they should have waited a bit before, like maybe towards the beginning of season two, but whatever, it doesn't matter too much. Clearly we have to remember there are time jumps. Like they didn't learn in a day. Like they probably were there for a few weeks learning, but watching it's like, oh, they already learned. And I know she had some because it's weird since she wasn't a natural, like Aang was the natural, she was the one who had to learn. So it's not like she was naturally just good and was always going to be a master. But I do like she was like someone who grew to be that. But I felt like if you watch it and don't put that into mind that they were there for weeks, probably you would think she just learned so quickly. Um, but season one, I always loved season one Katara. It's more like season three Katara. Like the end of season two, beginning of season three. She always felt very naggy And I felt like that wasn't Katara. Katara was never nagging. She was more just offhandedly like, Sokka, you're such an idiot. Not like, Sokka, that's wrong and you shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like the delivery was different with her. But I understand, like, they had to find something for her to be. Because she was always someone who wanted what's best for the world and like almost like an activist, not a mom. But it's almost like they mushed the two. They were like, oh, these are the same thing. But then they, in season three, like I feel like season two, she was like activist mom. And then in season three, she's just kind of mom. I know there's a painted lady episode and stuff, but like aside from that, like the way I felt like once Toph joined, they were like, oh, two girls, one has to be a mom. One has to be the mom. I guess that could be a logical reason why it triggered the mom role. Because with Aang, he's the avatar, and with Sokka, that's her brother. And then Toph joins, and it's like a little girl. So she's kind of like, it's kind of shifted the group to making Katara, that mom instinct of Katara, come out more. But I don't know, it's just a weird. It's like girly girl is mom and Toph's tomboy. But I think rewatching it more and more recently, I've grown to like Katara a lot. I always think she's like a really strong fighter, and I always love watching her fight. My one of my favorite fights is her versus Zhao? Master Paku? Master Paku. Master Paku. Padao. Master Paku. Because it was fascinating watching an animated fight where one's very inadequate and one's a master. And Katara's not winning, and honestly, nowhere near winning really. But her passion is literally seen in the animation. It's really well done. And she's using smart but simple fighting tactics that are really cool. And it shows her creativity, and which she later uses for sweat and stuff. And it's always so cool because it was shown even in season one how creative and off the rip she was. So I would put her above Aang. You know, I'd put her in God tier, above Aang. Yue, I feel like this is something I hope the live action does well because I always loved Yue, but people kind of disrespect her. Like, why are you being this way to Yue? It's not her fault. She's only in 2 episodes, 3, I guess. Um, yeah, I feel like this goes on with I wish there were more episodes. The show is so well compacted and it does work, but it could be better. Like that's the crazy thing about Avatar. It's already like 100. It could be 110. The them being in the North Pole longer would make Katara's mastering of waterbending arc and Yue and Sokka's relationship more developed, which would then in turn make the show better. Because people always talk about how Sokka and Yue were rushed. And I don't see people complaining about Katara's waterbending skills jumping so quickly, but in my mind, I feel like they did. Uh, like it makes sense. It works. It's not bad. It's just like it could explain it but more if they were there longer. Visually, like we see them there longer. But Yue is such a kind, sweet soul. I think she's a bit dramatic. Like she's a little dramatic because the writing. I think this would help with the writing as well. Like when she goes to see Sokka after asking him out, well, after agreeing to go out with him, and then he's like, "Here's a fish I made," and then she's like, "I can't be with you," and she runs away. And it's like, then why'd you come? Obviously she just was told that day about her arranged marriage, but I don't know, it just came off very rushed and weird. Like if they were there longer, they could have already went on a date. We see Yue already liking Sokka, and then she finds out, and then the next episode they see each other again, and then her outburst would make more sense and come off a little better. I don't know. But yeah, I think she's great. I'll put her here. Boomy, another unpopular opinion. I don't like Boomy. I guess maybe some people who don't really like him, but like how strong he is. He's just alright. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I think he's funny, like with his lettuce thing, but I don't know. Whenever he's on screen, I don't care much for him. This is the Earth King. He's alright, I guess. Like, he's no Bosco, but yeah, he's alright. Um, this is the waterbending avatar. I forget his name. I hope he gets a book. It'd be interesting to see another male avatar because we've had Li Cheng. What's her name? Yi Cheng. Yi Cheng. I have her books. I haven't read them yet. Kyoshi, and then we need a water one, and I would love to see. Wait, would they? Uh, Kyoshi book FCE waterbending book. I don't know. Um, what is his name? The legend. Okay. Um. Oh, whatever. I can't find his name, but I would like to see a book about him because also he's the one who had the lover who his face got taken. I think. I don't know. I remember when Aang sees the face stealer. He um he takes the love of one of Kuruk. Is that his name? Kuruk? The Avatar? Avatar Kuruk. Avatar Kuruk. Oh, wait, book. Let's see. I don't know, but him getting. I just feel like his story would be very fascinating because I also think we've had the most teasing of his story, even compared to the previous Airbender. So it'd just be fascinating to see. Who is this man? Oh, he looks so familiar. I don't know. This kid's all right. I completely understand him. I think his relationship with Zuko is cute. Uh, I kind of wish we saw his brother at some point or something, or his dad, like later down the road. This is what's his face, the Earth King's guy who is basically actually the king. He's actually a pretty good villain, but he's all right. You know, he's fine. Um, Longshot, kind of. My mind thinks, as dark as it sounds, it would be more meaningful that Smellerbee and Longshot also died fighting for their leader. I know that's dark. I know they're alive because they're like in the comics later. But my mind, in my canon, is they died and Longshot died standing over Smellerbee and Jet. Like, honestly, great character. I think he's a really cool, fascinating, silent character. My love, May. My love. My goth queen. I always had an affinity for goth characters as a kid, so I always loved May. And to be older and like when I got into the fandom, I was hurt to see how many people did not like May because you lack taste. Her fighting skill is so cool. She's very underrated in terms of fighting. Her quickness and agility is really awesome, especially compared to the fact that she's usually very lazy and drawl, like she speaks in like a drawl and everything. And I think it's actually kind of cool because I feel like you could think of it as she's so lazy and stuff because she literally says it like she's bored. So she has all this energy like waiting to be unleashed. And then her expressions, her design, her little puffs, her hair, everything about her is so cool. I also do like her with Zuko, as unhealthy as that is. I ship Sutara, but I also ship Mei and Zuko, and I'm accepting of Aang and Katara. And I just think she's god tier. I think she's honestly one of my, as a kid, she was, and even now, she's one of my favorite characters. Yeah, so we didn't see much of him, but he's great. You know, we love Gyatso. He's fantastic. He also went down like boss. Who the fuck is this? I know that face, but I don't know who this is. I guess we don't care about him. We don't care. That's the guy from the Winter Solstice. Oh, whatever. When isn't this the guy? Oh no, this is the guy from Kyoshi when he's like, "Thank you, avataring." I don't know. Uh, Firelord Ozai. I mean, he is trash. I also find him kind of boring. I wish they kind of gave more to him, but I also don't like. I like that they didn't. Paku, fuck him. I don't know why. He's a great waterbender, but he's sexist and it's unrealistic that he changed that quickly. What is Sokka's teacher's name? He's cool. We like him because he was a great teacher. I liked his voice actor. He's kind of cool. He was, he didn't give Sokka false hope. He was like, it wasn't your skills. But he also was very open that Sokka could be a teacher in another sense. Like his way of teaching is different. Like he's very respectful of everyone's differences and stuff. Um yeah, I just think he's cool. And I like, he let Sokka kind of he joined Sokka's fun. He was like, yeah, I'll have some ice in mine. Or make mine two like make it two please, like with the lemons and everything. Like, I don't know. Um Pipsqueak? Pipsqueak. I was like, I know it. It's a funny name. Uh he's alright, I guess. Um Avatar Roku. Uh Avatar is fine. He's cool. I liked him in the flashbacks. He's great. He's powerful. He's cool. He has his vibes. Um no, I know her name. Why did I just blank so hard? I know her name. Don't. Oh no, I'm a fake fan. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna skip her real quick because it's gonna come back. Smiler Bee, Queen. We love her. Sokka. I was a child. Of course, I had a crush on Sokka. Like people had a crush on Zuko. I had a crush on Sokka because I'm not like other girls. Um, but as I get older, like when you crush on someone as a kid, a character as a kid, and you're older, but you're older than the character, but you still like the crush is still there because you age, but the characters don't. So it's kind of weird, but like you still have a crush on them. It's almost like I also respect him now. Looking back, I consider Sokka a leader. Fight me, fight me. He is a leader. The whole, oh, he's not a leader because everyone brings something to the table. Yeah, but a leader isn't the strongest, and a leader isn't the most powerful. A leader is a leader. Yeah, obviously Aang's the Avatar and he's the strongest. And yeah, Katara is the one who's like emotionally supportive and everything. But just because they bring those things doesn't mean Sokka's not a leader. Like, on a basketball team, the leader isn't doing everything. In a band, the leader isn't doing everything. It's just that they're the ones kind of keeping it together, being like Sokka is a balance of emotion and like intelligence, whereas Katara and Aang are too emotional, so that's why they can't be a leader. Like he knows when to bring in his emotion. The only time he's really fucked that up is with the Suki Azula thing, where he let that kind of get in the way. But obviously, leaders can make mistakes. But overall, he's as a kid even was able to allow his emotions to be put aside, which is what a leader needs. Katara obviously gets too invested. She gets too emotional, i.e., the Painted Lady episode and stuff. And then Aang is just kind of immature. And he's also very emotional. He lets that get in the way when he gets into the Avatar state and stuff. So Sokka, I really respect him as leader. He's even the one kind of gathering everyone like, oh, hey guys, like we gotta focus. You know what I mean? Which is funny because he's such a little dork. And even when he was gone, hiccups, oh my god. During Sokka's master episode, they were lost what to do. He was in charge of the schedule, he's in charge of the planning, he helps with the invasion. Like he's clearly the leader, and I'll fight everyone who says otherwise. Also, logically, just for the like look of the show, he's the only one without any bending, and that's I feel like his bending is like he's the leader. Like that's what makes it kind of, it's kind of like Ottoman in Attack on Titan as well. Like I feel like I mean he's not the leader, but like, he's the idea guy, literally quote. He's funny, he's cute, I like his hair down, I love him with Suki. Um, he has an emotional side. He has probably the best development skill wise, like going from literally zero to like fighting a battle, like a whole battleship or aircraft ship, whatever it's called. Uh, yeah, he literally came up with submarines. He invented submarines. I think in Legend of Korra, I think he's like the leader of the military or something as well, which literally shows he grew those leadership skills from here. Um, Hama. Hama. Is it Hama? Hama. Avatar. Yes. I knew it'd come back. Yeah. Okay, Hama is probably on the same level as Jet to me, but I'll say Hama's almost worse. Is she worse? No, they're probably the same actually. I think the difference is Hama's a grown adult and Jet was a kid, and he still is a kid here because Kai, Jet's probably 16. He looks the same age as Zuko. I'll say, how old is Jet? 16, yeah. So he's the same age as Zuko. 16 versus like an 80-year-old. He was trying to change. Hama wasn't. I think Hama was, how old was Hama when she was abducted? 17, 18? Hama, Avatar. When was she abducted? Her early life. When she was a young adult. Yeah, so she was already an adult. Now, that doesn't mean you can't be traumatized. I'm just saying, let's say she's 20. Let's say she's 20 when she was abducted. She was in prison. Like, at 20, I feel like your mind knows not all the people in the nation are responsible for what maybe 1/4, we'll say 1/4 just to be generous, of the nation thinks. She's also torturing them. She's torturing the villagers, whereas, Jet was just trying to flood the place. You know, they'll suffer for a few minutes drowning. They could live. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like Jet's a little more excusable because she's like going into someone, like Guitar said, and like controlling their body and movements. She has every right to kill those people who literally were like locking her up and stuff. But like the villagers, I don't know. I don't know. It's very morally gray there, isn't it? Um, I also want to point out she didn't rescue the other waterbenders. She didn't free them. She's selfish. You know, when she was in her cage, there were other waterbenders in the cages, and she just left them. She's like, "Oh, they took all my brothers and sisters, but you didn't even save them." Like, why didn't Hama free the other waterbenders? Oh, people are asking this. Uh, uh, mm, mm, ah. Okay, well, okay, you know, we'll be like, some people are saying she was the last one, but then some people are like, no, she was the last one taken. Doesn't mean she's the last one alive, which I agree with. So I don't know. But then I remember when Kaya, the mom, Guitar's mom, Guitar and Sokka's mom, they were like, we're not taking any more prisoners today. And they killed her because she said she was the last waterbender, which I think is so cool. The mirroring of Guitar being the last waterbender of her tribe and then Aang being the last airbender. Um, which implies Hama, that was clearly after Hama escaped, so I don't think they took any more people in because they realized they can escape through bloodbending. So it's implied that like they learned from Hama to not capture and his murder. So it's likely maybe, I don't know. I that makes me think she was just walked away from like her other brothers and sisters because they probably killed them after her, after she escaped, which means she probably left them. I don't know. So I don't know. She's great. She's a crazy character though. Like you do feel for her, but then you're like, no, like it's kind of weird. Mm. But like people are saying, how is she? But like if you bloodbended that guy, you can take his keys and unlock them, and then you can all fight. So I don't know. Who is this guy? I don't know who that is. Oh, big fan. Suki. I love Suki. Love her. One, she's a short-haired queen, which I think is pretty rare to be like a love interest with a short-haired queen. I know that's like a weirdly weird random thing, but if you look at like everyone else, every other girl, she's the only girl with short hair. That's significant. She's a badass. I love she's funny, sweet, understanding, but also very sharp, quick-witted. I talk about her a lot in episode 2 of the live action. You can go there if you want on Patreon. But the main consensus of that is I just love how she pairs with Sokka and she kind of humbles him kindly. She's a kind, humble queen. She'll like put you in your place with such soft words, and I always love that about her. Like she's very feminine and charming in that way, but she's also very strong and capable. Much like Katara. Like I like the girls on here are very sparse with their personalities. Like we have a gothic queen who's a bit lazy but still badass. We have like a very perfectionist Azula. We have a motherly but strong-willed Katara. We have a feminine but warrior type Suki. We have a tomboy, sensitive Toph. We have a girly, strong Ty who's very funny too. And I don't know, but Suki is one of my favorite characters ever. The Boulder. Um, Very funny. I love the Boulder. I whenever he talks, I just laugh. I love the voice actor. He was having a great time. Um, Duke, the Duke. I like the scene with the Duke. He does a lot of small things in the background, and it seems like I love his relationship with Toph. Like you can watch all their episodes together in the background, and they're just like, oh, he hands her the buck his hat so she can puke in it, and then like they hug each other in the finale, or was in the finale? I don't know, they hug in one of the episodes in the background. It's very cute. He's a cute kid. Um, we don't care about them. Toph is my favorite character, but I'm forever angry at them not giving her closure with her parents. Does she go back home? Does she stay with the guys? Did the letter ever get to them? Does she did they ever understand her? Like, I felt like everyone got closure except her, because Katara and Sokka got their dad. She got closure over her mom. The mom thing at the end did leave it open, but like overall, like he leaves the dad, he becomes a Fire Lord. Aang comes to terms with his acceptance of just having to rid the Fire Lord of his powers. He kind of warns all his people. He becomes like a hero to everybody. Finally won the war. Sokka finds himself confident in his abilities. He has a girlfriend. Like even Zuko and Mai get together. Like everyone gets closure except Toph. Like Toph, all the questions of Toph are not answered. So I just find that very annoying. But I love how she actually cries like 3 times on this show. She cries when she says goodbye to Aang. When the dad's like, no, too much freedom. She cries when she almost dies. That's like a scene I always cry about. Like she literally, this little girl accepts her fate of death. And I just think that's so sad. And she's like unaware of anything going around with her because the only thing she can feel is Sokka. And like, I don't know, I think that's so sweet. I love her crush on Sokka, same. Um, as a queer queen, I always had a crush on Sokka and Toph, so very wrongly, I kind of shipped them. Though, is that wrong? Because then again, oh no, because he's 15. I was like, Sokka, why is that weird? But Guitar and Aang isn't. I guess 3 years, that's a bit weird. But whatever, it was just a cute little thing. Like, I like her crush on him, it was cute. Um, I love she also has a crush on Zuko, so she clearly likes older people. But that's a 4-year age gap. Um, but yeah, I love how sweet she is, but she's also very like she kind of never had to develop because she was always very, like Guitar said, confident with who she is. Her flaws were just her lacking of trusting of others, basically. But I feel like her trusting Sokka in those last moments with her life is kind of like a bit of closure. I kind of wish we had more Aang and Toph stuff. As a kid, I also kind of shipped them. I just shipped everybody. But like I just thought, the I've always wondered if they ever thought about putting them together because when she says goodbye, Aang, I don't know, it felt kind of adorable and like, oh. And then he's like, goodbye, Toph. And then he's like, oh, not, I won't ever be able to find anyone like her. I don't know, but like, I don't ship him anymore. But like, as a kid, Kylie, I think this is everyone's sexual awakening, as weird as that sounds. But like, you're a kid, so I don't know. I have a lot of like little crush awakenings with girl characters, and I felt like Tylee was one of them, and I feel like a lot of guys had a crush on her too. It was very implied she's the character you're supposed to kind of be attracted to, given the beach and everything. But yeah, I always liked it because she was never evil, really. She was just kind of easily swayed. Like she didn't even want to go with Azula, and I think that's like a big saying of her character. She just didn't have anywhere else to go, and was kind of just like led into that. She's just very naive. But she clearly loved May more than Azula. Lesbians. There's got to be fanfics of that. Like, uh, I always loved how much May and Kylie were clearly very close despite their differences. And May never like judged her. And I always thought that was very cute. I'm scared. I looked up fan art. I'm scared what's gonna pop up. What? How is there not? Oh, there we go. It's like, how's there not more fan art? What? Lesbian queens, where are you guys? Draw the fan art. Like, how is there's like barely any fan art. Of course, is entirely people would ship them too. Makes sense. You're lacking the amount of Sokka and Zuko fan art I could find, but not Kylie and May. Okay then. But yeah, she's very cute, very sweet. Once again, she has a crush on Sokka taste. Um, I would say I'm actually gonna try to dress up as her for Halloween this year. I had to wait for my hair to grow. It's probably gonna be good enough at that time. Um, I was trying to do it last year, but I did Raven instead because I had short hair at the time. But yeah, very cute. I like her. She's just naturally very talented, so they don't really ever even try to develop any of that. Um, Zuko and uh Azula's mom. My questioning is, I always wish they showed if Azula's mom tried with her. It's kind of implied they did. Like, did she ever go like, maybe I should make sure my daughter is a better person? But we have to remember their mom is probably evil as well, obviously. Just not murder evil, I guess. Probably just like dictatorship. Well, that's kind of, I don't know. But like, it's such an interest. I wish we had more of like how she got into this life. Like, was she already evil and then joined the Fire Lord? Or was she just kind of in love and then he became more evil and then she, just stayed? I don't know. I assume she wasn't like it was never like that evil until after they had kids. But no, because he was already no, because oh no, that's no, he would have to be evil because Zulon was the one. Yeah, so I don't know. She'd have to be somewhat evil, right? And she's very happy about Iroh being evil, like taking over Blessing Say and stuff, and I don't know. And then she like hands over the knife of the person surrendering at Bossing Say or whatever to Zuko in such pride, like, oh, this is the dagger that was handed over, you know? Um, this is Owl's name. Oh, let's get rid of some of these characters. The guy from Bossing State University, he's alright. Hippo, we don't care about him. This guy's funny though. He said, that's why it's called Justice, because it's just us. He's funny. He's actually pretty funny. I like him. I don't know who this is. Is she like the waterbending teacher for healing? Who is that? This is the lady at the Serpent's Pass. Um, I don't know who are these people. This is the guy from the Storm episode. He's trash. This is Haru's dad. He's cool. We like him. We'll play him with Haru. Uh, this guy's fine, I guess. You know what? I don't care about him. Is this the guy who, from Blue Spirit episode? The bow and arrow people? Li Young Chang? Is that her name? I keep forgetting her name. She's alright. I mean, I don't know much about her yet, but This is the teacher who is sent with that guy to find Toph. It's alright, I guess. This guy, I'll put them together. This is the guy who murdered Guitar's and Sokka's mom. They're annoying. I don't know who that is. This is the guy who bullies Aang, or tries to. He tries to bully Aang. Secret tunnel. What is his name? All I remember is Moku. The name Moku, which was the bigger guy. Moku. He's great. You know, he's a vibe. We like him. We'll put him under Gyatso. We gotta put some respect on Gyatso's name. I forgot his name, but this is the guy with Chong Chong. He's funny. I wish he was around more. He's funny. Here's Ming. I kind of wish Ming came back too. I wish she was an earthbender. Also, she's voiced by Toph's voice actor, but I wish she was an earthbender so then she would have purpose to come back. I felt like it could have been funny and cute. Also, I would like to see her with Toph. That'd be funny. Why didn't they? Whatever. She's great. I also just think she's a cute design. She's a cute character. Pirates trash. Fuck you. Why are they here? Who is this guy? Oh, this is the guy who tries to make Aang go into the Avatar state. I don't know who. Are these the people who, when they go to the temple to talk to Roku? Oh, this is. Anyways, these are. Oh, this is the cute kid who wants to play hide and explode. He's cute. He helps with the headband sneak out thing. Wong-Tong, that's his name. I honestly respect Wong-Tong. I know some people think he's harboring information and not sharing it, but the thing was he was sharing it. But then people were using it for bad and for war. So I kind of respect that he's like, well, if you're going to use it for evil, then you're not going to use it at all. He's like, y'all are, it's giving, though it is giving, one kid messes up in class, so then everyone has to be silent for the day and have silent lunch. So it's kind of giving that, but it's also like, he's like, of course everyone's going to think their side is right, but which side is really right? And I know, like, for our perspective, of course, we're like, well, obviously the Fire Nation's bad, but once again, the Fire Nation isn't bad. So we shouldn't destroy the Fire Nation. And he was probably thinking, oh, they're gonna, I don't know. I respect his way of thinking. Even if it's not perfect, because nothing's perfect. These guys are actually really funny. Wasn't he like Ron John? My name is Ron John. One of them was Ron John. I actually thought this character is cute. I like his voice was a bit higher too. Like a proper, like when I was a kid, like a proper teenage boy. Also this guy's funny. Like I thought they were actually pretty cool. The beach episode's so good. I'll go there. Alright, now we have the fortune teller. She's trash. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like fortune tellers. And I know she's doing it for free, but that's because they had to kind of like clearly the writers also don't believe in fortune telling. And they were like, we kind of have to ease in and be like, okay, well, she's doing it for free, so she's not like one of those fortune tellers. Alright. My man Jong Jong. I'm the biggest Jong Jong fan. I wish Jong Jong came back. I wish maybe something happened to where Aang tries to teach with Jong Jong, and then Zuko comes back and he's like, actually, you're meant to be my teacher. Just so we had more Jong Jong. Like, I want more Jong Jong. We only got him in 2 episodes, and in one of them, he barely spoke. So Jong Jong was such a cool character. I love his voice actor. I love that whole episode was so good. Jong Jong. You know, we'll put him under control though to be respectful. You know, let's put Aang back here. Like, let's just put him there to be respectful of him. Now, Zuko. Zuko stands, I know. I get it. I'm with you. I also love Zuko. I do once again wish we had more post leaving Azula and joining Aang Zuko though. And just I don't know. I love Zuko. I feel like he is definitely a top tier character. I definitely think he does have one of the best character developments. I do just kind of wish there was more reason why he became good. Because it's kind of like it just clicked for him, and I kind of wish there was more between him. Because we did have him with Azul and stuff for a while, but like, what really made him become good? You know what I mean? I feel like it was just like, oh, there's a battle between like Iroh just kind of tells him the same thing he already told him before. It's implied basically that once he became into the Fire Nation again, he realized it wasn't that great, but like didn't show enough bad for that to click. So I kind of just felt like it was a bit rushed once again. I also never liked the whole there's a battle between good and evil because your mom's grandpa or your mom's dad was the Fire Lord or the Avatar, and your dad's dad was the Fire Lord, so that's why there's good and evil in you. I feel like it was kind of a cop out. I get it's more mentally, that's why, but like, anyways, I'll put him here. I do like them more though, so yeah, I'll put him here. So yeah, my favorite characters: Toph, then Sokka, then Suki, then Mei, then Ty Lee, then you know what? Let's put him down there. Okay, let's be honest. Like, let's put him down there. Uh, where were we? Okay, Toph, Sokka, Suki, Mei, Ty Lee, Zuko, Azula, Katara, then Aang, then Zhang, then Appa, then Momo, and then Kyoshi, Jet, Cabbage Man, Hakoda, Iroh, Yue, Yatsu, Secret Tunnel, that's the name, Secret Tunnel, and then Hama. Now, obviously, the bad guys are just because they're interesting bad guys, not because I like them as people. But finally finished that. Love it. I might do Legend of Korra. I just thought, like, you know what? It forced me to actually pay attention and watch it. And I have been craving more. Like, I just keep rewatching Avatar, obviously. So it's nice. It would be kind of nice maybe to see more in the world. I think the only thing that sucks is I know there's not a lot of the actual characters from the previous show in it, which kind of is annoying. But yeah, maybe if you guys are intrigued, maybe I'll do that. But I gotta finish up the live action. So yeah, Patreon, link down below. We're on episode 3, maybe 4 by the time this is out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!